Hey guys, welcome back to Hedge, where we talk about all things crypto. Once again, I'm your host Matt, the guy who's brought you everything up to date. To start, I just want to mention everything here is for research and educational purposes, so with that in mind, you should be able to enjoy this video. And definitely like, comment, and subscribe and stay up to date with all of our updates as they're coming out. Today we're doing another Lukso update video for our fans because we know that you guys enjoy the updates, and we found a few interesting details and things that we are going to speculate on today. So there's going to be some things that we've seen and some things that we're speculating on, and we're going to basically try to wrap it together and give you an idea of what's going on up to this point. To start, in our last video, we spoke briefly more or less about what's going on most recently, but now we're seeing that a more recent update has come out, and that has to do with on January 22nd, there's supposed to be an article that's going to be clarifying the tokenomics and future likes supplies. So they're going to be clarifying all of our questions that have to do with supply and tokenomics, which a lot of us have been interested in, especially considering that a lot of us want to stake. And one of the other interesting things that I've noticed is there could be a potential coin burn in the works for Lukso. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is that in this thread of tweets over here, Fabian mentioned that he would even enjoy having the supply burnt down to 3%. But he understands that that could be difficult for funding because if they burn the supply that much, the token value would be very high. But also the fact that 10% is one of the ideal numbers. He wants 3, but 3 would be difficult, so 10% supply is roughly what he's aiming for. At least that's what my understanding of this tweet would be. And he even has a beautiful little graph that explains the funding rates at different prices, which we'll also show you right now. So you see from here it talks about current holdings in euros versus Lukso supply, and as well as other networks that are associated as well, and at what price points each of the funding rates would actually hit. So definitely very interesting stuff here. And it shows that at the current market capitalization, in order for Lukso to hit $50 at let's say the agreed upon circulating supply of when they release more tokens, it would be about 3 billion. Versus if it were to hit $50, it would be 170 million. So you see there's actually a big discrepancy in euros inside the market cap versus the amount of Lukso. So it's very easy to see that his idea is to create Lukso as something similar to Ethereum in price points. He would rather it be a more expensive token and work its way up via network usage than have it be something, I guess, cheaper, or not cheaper, but smaller value of token. So a supply burn could be in the works. It's very likely, actually. We're going to learn more on the 22nd of January when Lukso releases their next article regarding the subject. Now we're going to move into the more speculatory or speculative idea that's kind of been circulating. So there's a rumor going around that Binance is buying Lukso. Now, that could have some truth into it. Now, I'm not exactly sure if they're buying it because from what I see, I found something in Etherscan, and it's one of the things that I've been looking at is the fact that most of these Luxos that are actually going into a potential Binance 40 wallet over here, which if it is the real Binance, and I think it is, because it's been mentioned that in order to actually get a name on Etherscan like that, you would have to actually like have some form of verification to some degree. So I followed the Binance 40 wallet a few times, and I noticed that it interacts a lot with KuCoin 9 as well as altcoins in general. So you see here that if Binance did potentially receive 82,000 to 90,000 Lukso, it has been mostly through the act of transferring it. And if it's been transferred, that means it was given to it. one of the things that's kind of interesting is the fact that like you look here, because I decided to look like, is it a buy? Is it this? What's happening here? You'll notice that the coins that Binance received were actually from the ICO. And you see here, 2020. So the fact that they basically had these tokens mined or minted in 2020 and then transferred over from other wallets, it just means that like maybe they were buying in secret, maybe they're secret holders, maybe they were just being transferred from the team. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure because they were from the original ICO. You can see that here. But also the thing that's interesting is the fact that they were sent so much of it. You know, like it's 90,000 Lukso. Hold on, let me see if I could open up the exact thing here for you. One moment. Yeah, exactly. So you see here, Binance 40. They received 7,000, 4,000, 5,000, then 52 and 30. And what's interesting is that it happened in November. Look at this, all around the same time, all the same day. They received 80,000 Lukso all in the same day. And then this is the most recent. That's not a small amount. So even if this isn't Binance, let's say one of Binance's wallets, regardless, this is a pretty big whale. They hold roughly about almost 1% of the supply, which is pretty impressive when you think about it. Also a bit scary. And one of the things that I read online is there's speculation that this could be done for staking purposes. So basically they could be loading up just so that they could stake and to potentially have a good portion of the supply already in their hands. That way when it gets listed, they could either sell it or have adequate liquidity for people to transact with it. So that's more or less what I found. Obviously, the biggest transfers were from these anonymous addresses. But the fact that KuCoin even interacted with Binance 40 to send Lukso is still a big deal. So that's on the speculative end of things. And as you can see here, they hold almost 100,000 Lukso now. So we'll see where that goes. So guys, I hope you appreciate this video. We saw your comments and we see how much you guys actually enjoy coming to this channel for Lukso updates. So we want to make sure to do that semi-regularly for you guys. So that way you could, you know, stay up to date with it and see what's happening. Another great place to get your Lukso news would be the Luksoverse, luksoverse.io. I'll leave it in the description. It's basically a community run project that talks about all the Lukso updates. So thanks for watching up to this point. Once again, we appreciate your viewership. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, and stay up to date with the next video when it comes out. Take care, guys.